Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Quick look here at Myro. We're going to see what's going on here. We were looking for confirmation yesterday, which we did get. So congrats to those community members who were able to get in at a rough estimate of entry, upwards of 12% profit potential. Now, is it one of those situations where I'm taking a lot of swing trades with this coin? I would say yes and no. I'm planning to, but we haven't pulled the trigger yet. Looking for a perfect opportunity, which may never come, honestly. But what we want to look at here today is kind of confirmation in a lot of ways. We've swept down this lower liquidity level. We've since bounced off the lower lead of the cloud, and we're looking pretty good here. So we're going to draw some new fibs and just kind of double check a couple of key factors here to see how much further up or down this coin could go, depending on the overall situation. Okay, because again, it's always dynamic, always changing. We were talking about this in our community, how it's important to be nimble. Don't attach yourself to a bullish or bearish mindset. If you kind of keep yourself neutral, you're going to have better responses in trading because sometimes the momentum can shift from one way to the other, and if you're just ignorant and stuck in one mindset, you're going to get a lot of limitations later because of it. Like for example, quickly to note, we had some community members at 44,000 for Bitcoin trying to short. None of this is a bad thing. I totally get the concept there, but they were attaching themselves to that short bias from 44 to 50k, and now that we're here at 50k or 49, they are having some trouble or missed a lot of opportunities. Okay, not saying they're having trouble because they're probably profitable in their shorts now, but it's just one of those things where try not to be so blindsided with a project or something along the lines of just how amazing this coin can be that you expect the TA to be the same and the price just to go up. It's not really how it works. A lot of manipulation, folks, so just be careful. Anyways, just some friendly advice there. So if you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Thanks again so much for watching. Hope you can learn something here today if you do want to become a better trader. Of course, cryptocash.tech is a site linked down below. So what we want to talk about here on the daily time frame is just confirming. We talked about this yesterday. Same thing as well. Just keep that mindset open. But generally speaking here, minus a stochastic shift to the upside, we're still considered to be overall bearish. Okay, until we break above specific key levels, in my opinion, probably somewhere in the range of about maybe 10 cents or higher, getting over that 50 in the 20-day SMA, we're still going to be in the doghouse. Pun was intended on that one. I actually kind of thought that one through. But generally speaking, at this point here, we can see the MACD hasn't fully converged yet either. Okay, so the momentum is trying to shift, but we've been down for so long that it doesn't make any sense at all to just try to just take a long because the price is low. You want to just double check a few things first. Okay, so just bear that in mind. That's kind of how that works. So we can confirm the daily time frame is still bearish. It's showing some signs of reversal, but still mostly bearish. Okay, taking a look here as well. Same thing as well with the 4-hour time frame, only inverse. We are seeing this shift in momentum to the downside for stochastic RSI, which has already essentially happened. And of course, we pivoted nicely off of 50 on the RSI. I'd much rather take a 50 on the RSI as a bouncing point and a consideration for a long position versus anything else on stochastic or the MACD. Okay? Those are momentum indicators versus strong support and resistance levels. So just keep in mind, MACD is still converging until we diverge completely. There's no reason to consider the price action is going to go down. This is a very natural correction. In fact, this is perfect because we established higher high here. You can see that's higher than the previous, and we're establishing higher lows. This is a trend reversal, folks. We've already reversed the trend, but this is continuing the trend, if you will. Okay. So again, that's really a positive sign here. We can draw out some trend lines here too as well. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and just pull this guy out here so we can kind of pay attention to that. Just quickly note, that staying above this ascending trend is positive. And as you can see, commonly working ascending with the 20-day SMA. So staying over the 20 is good. We also bounced off the 50-day SMA here as well. So 6.1 could be the new support level. Looking at the RSI, also bouncing off of 50 on the RSI with a stochastic swinging down as we've talked about previously. So again, most things are looking pretty darn good here on the 4-hour 2 for Myro. These are not significantly bullish signs, but these are definitely more bullish than bearish, right? So again, we're leaning more towards the price going up than down at this point based on the nice higher high and higher low pattern we're seeing here so far. It, albeit, does have a lot of aggressive candle wicks. You got to be mindful of that. Exactly the reason why low leverage, low position size is king, and you don't get destroyed when you have trades like this here. So let's quickly note here, see where we're at with your liquidity. We do have this upper level of liquidity that could be swept. So roughly about 7.2, that could be the next target. Okay, so it's really common for those areas to get retested. We have some fair value above the price action right now. We don't need to worry about that too much. You do got to recognize we have some liquidity at the lower levels too, so don't be blinded by the fact that we can only go up from here. Once more, consider the fact the price could come down. But it doesn't have a real reason to. I mean, besides the 20-day SMA here, we're above all moving averages. We're doing very well on most time frames. Again, minus the daily. So the overall sentiment is bearish, right? So that's the big picture. But the smaller time frames, such as the hourly and the 4-hour, are confirming that the price wants to continue in that direction. So that means that the daily time frame will become bullish inevitably if we can continue this. Okay, so that's kind of the benefit of understanding different time frames. So the Ichimoku cloud, if we look at this here, is where things get kind of funky. Lagging span is not free and clear of the price action. The conversion line is below the baseline. Those are two bearish signs, by the way. However, we're holding above the cloud, and this volume supported about 6.1, 6.2. So those I'll put all those things together, and that really tells us that we don't have confirmation for a long position. However, we are above the cloud, and that's probably the most important aspect here. We dropped into the cloud, but never closed below, and we are officially 2 hours above the cloud for the moment. So if the price action for Bitcoin can stay 49K or higher, I think Myro is going to rally and continue to retest this upper range. But once more, we don't have confirmation on that. So if you do end up taking a trade right now, tight targets, make sure that you're taking profits on the way up, and that you adjust your stop loss as it goes higher. If the price pulls back, worst case scenario, you break even. Better case scenario, you walk away with some chump change instead of feeling like a chump, right? So again, there's a lot of different ways you can kind of look at this, but I would say at this point here, no trade is probably the best trade. I'll probably say that for most of my analysis, just because 95% of trading is waiting. And if you can kind of try to, it's hard to teach patience, folks. I can tell you that. I've been trying for years, and people that are receptive to it are the ones that are tired of losing. So maybe do yourself a favor. If you're not like a dramatic loser, consider becoming a better winner, if you will. Okay, try not to force things, and just know that it's going to work out if you're patient in a lot of cases. All right, so there's a lot of folks that are curious about that. I talk a lot about that in my trading university, so maybe check that out. If you're part of my community, make sure you read through that too. It's extremely important you know that. But the general consensus here is that we're in a good situation here, and I think that Myro's looking more inclined to increase than decrease. But we just got to be mindful. The macro is not great yet. We're not there yet. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful. What is also helpful too, and I believe Myro is going to be added to their exchange here in the coming weeks, Bitunix. Link down below. No KYC, no VPN required. Highly recommend them. Awesome rewards. Use my link to register. But more important, we have trading competitions coming up. One specifically at the end of the month. That's only exclusive for those who use my link to register. So check that out in your own time. Awesome stuff. Thanks again, Bitunix, and thank you as well to my Myro community. You're all awesome. Deeply appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.